Butts, 3 is Paul Newell, 4 is Terry Manning, 5 Owen Simpson. Halfbacks are 6 Tim Sharp, 7 is Derek Fox, who's the captain. 8 is Jeff Grayson, 9 Trevor Clark, 10 Gary Rose, 11 Brendan Toolter, 12 Ian Smells and 13 Andy Fisher. Number 14 is Martin Pearson and 15 Paddy Eaton. The whole team just come onto the field. Number 1 Richard Gay, 2 is Paul Eastwood, 3 is Brian Blacker, 4 is Brad Webb, 5 is Neil Turner, 6 is Greg McKay, 7 is Patrick Entat, 8 is Carl Addison, 9 is Lee Jackson, 10 is Andy Danette, 11 is Ian Marlowe, 12 is John Sharp and 13 is Rob Nolan. Substitutes are 14 Michael Dixon and 15 Russ Walker. Referee for today is Mr Hollerton, all the way from Wigan. So big match this for Featherstone Rovers this afternoon. Currently lying 11th in the Stones First Division Championship. All currently lying at the top of the table. So Featherstone Rovers desperately needing 2 points for today's match to stop out of that dreaded bottom 3. Below them in the table are Warrington, Sheffield and Rochdale Hornets. And with Warrington and Rochdale playing today, surely one of them teams are going to win. So Featherstone Rovers must win today to keep out of that dreaded bottom 3. So the respective captains there, number 6 there, Greg Mackay. Tossing the coin there with Derek Fox. So it looks as if Brad Mackay's won the toss. Playing as we look at it from left to right. So Derek Fox there, getting ready to start this game, kicking off. Peter Fox there, the Rovers coach, having to make numerous positional changes in this side this afternoon. Chris Burton and Leo Casey failing fitness tests in the week, both got into the Wigan last week. But Paul Newell, good news there that Paul Newell did pass a fitness test, so he's playing in the centre. So it's Holt now trying to bring this ball out to their own 25-yard area, and Brendan Toolter there quick to the tackle, and he's lost the ball in the tackle. Number 10 there, Andy Danette, losing the ball in the tackle. Penalty kick to Hull. Referee said he had the ball stolen from him in that tackle. So it's number 2 for Hull there, Paul Eastwood. First penalty kick on their own 25-yard area. Here we go. Left-footed kick, and that's good play, that's. Right, Featherstone Rovers getting that ball up there. That's a bad mistake, that by Paul Eastwood, not finding touch. And Brendan and Ikram Butt there stopping that ball with his hand. So Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox, that long ball out there from Timmy Sharp. And Johnny Sharp now with the ball. John Sharp playing in the second row for Hull, and his brother there, Tim Sharp, playing at stand-off half. The referee there, Mr Hollerton there, penalising Brendan Toolter. So another penalty kick to Hull. Featherstone Rovers giving 2 silly penalties away in this first 2 minutes of the match. So first chance for Hull here to put points on the board here this afternoon. Paul Eastwood. Here we go, strikes the ball left-footed, and he's hit the post, so that's missed. And Derek Fox gets the rebound there. Derek Fox coming straight down the middle of the field. That's good running that by the Rovers captain, Derek Fox. Finding the direct route straight down the middle of the field. Now it's Jeff Grayson with the ball there. And that's good tackling by Rob Nolan there, bringing the big fella down. So it's Trevor Clark with the ball now. Trevor Clark now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose there taking Andy Danette on. Andy Danette there, dragging him back. So Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox there now to Ian Smales, but all crowding round. Pushing Featherstone Rovers back. Playing on top, as they say. So Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox back there to Ian Smales. Ian Smales, that big put downfield, but Hull's advantage. Lee Jackson with the ball there. And Featherstone Rovers very slow indeed to get that rid of that ball up the field. Derek Fox first then. And Featherstone Rovers get the ball in the tackle. Oh, Derek Fox to the ball now. Derek Fox here to Jeff Chase. And Mr. Alton there, blowing his whistle, finding the left side over the back. Play the ball, from behind line. Oh, no way, they were left side there. It was the couple of passes before that they were left side. Instead of playing, they were trying to get the putting the ball down field. So let's get close with the ball there. Trying to drive it in towards the halfway line there. Number 8 there, now Allison making the tackle. And that's down there, look to the left side, but referee says play on. And that's the next one. Then Pat Cody looks in there, it's out towards Dennis Shaw with the ball now, switching play with it. Dennis Shaw there, trying to find it. Halfway around it. As well as that cut there by his brother, the lower people there. Now it's in the far there, Brad Webb, trying to find James Dixon found it, so this over the after then Pat with the ball now, they're trying to get the ball away, there's a Charles, giving with the ball, that's it, play by Charles. Went into tackling, they just juggle with the ball. The person there, Richard Gay coming up from full back there to plant that ball, all that Featherstone Rovers try line, all four Featherstone Rovers. Here we go, Paul Eastwood, the 2-minute pass on the board, but it's just falls, so it's all four, Featherstone Rovers, no.
Derek Fox to the ball now. Derek Fox there. Dismisses that, so the score remains 7-0 for so Paul Easton getting the game lead started. Big kick down there, Chris Goodday tapping the wall with his body. Taking it first down with his hands, starting it out, but that's Goodday. Following it there by Patrick Entap, the Ulster. Incidentally, the Ulster is going to captain the French team again the offense this time, but that time all once again looks offside at that play, the ball. And once again, Mark Blacker there in the centre. Sorry, it was Brad Webb that time. He looked miles offside in the centre.
And after it all game, Charles. So Derek Fox there, punishing Carl Allison there for tackling there, not letting Jeff Baker up to play the ball and mouthing back to the referee. So Derek Fox there to Trevor Clark there to Jeff Grayson there to Owen Simpson. So Derek Fox with the ball now, Derek Fox there now to Gary Rose trying to run it in, but Patrick Entap there right round the bootlaces making the perfect tackle. So it's Brendan Toulter now, Brendan Toulter running it in. That's good driving in by Brendan Toulter. Trying to get up to play the ball now, it's Derek Fox with the ball now, Derek Fox, that long ball out now to Tim Sharp there to Ian Smales. But Ian Smales wrapped up there by number 12 John Sharp. And number 3 Brian Blacker wrapping him up. Featherstone Rovers so near yet so far. Now it's Derek Fox with the ball. Derek Fox and they're all offside this time. But Paul Eastwood taking that ball. Saved the situation there for Hull. So it'll be a drop out for Hull underneath their own post. Hull just taking the time here to get organised, making sure that everybody's in place. Oh, Paul Eastwood there, that big drop out. And that's marvellously took that by Brendan Tota there, gives it to Chris Bibb. Chris Bibb trying to go through the middle. But once again, that little scrum half there. Pouring play up there, making the tackle. Now it's Brendan Tota. Brendan Tota having a fine match here this afternoon. That's good driving by Brendan Tota. So Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox now there to Tim Sharp. Tim Sharp now there. Featherstone Rovers there to Ikram Butt. Ikram Butt there trying to throw that ball away, and it's all on, and the ball just rolls into touch. So the scrum will be formed just about on the halfway line, but that looked promising indeed from Featherstone Rovers. But Ikram Butt there just looking around for support there to pass that ball to the ball just going to ground. And the old wingman there, Neil Turner there, just kicking that ball into touch. So Derek Fox there feeding the scrum. Back to Featherstone Rovers there to Ikram Butt. Ikram Butt there trying to make the extra man, but all crowding round. Strong on defence is all. So Derek Fox with the ball now there to Terry Manning. Terry Manning trying to push men out of the way there. Derek Fox making himself available there. Oh, Derek Fox there now, there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose there, getting out to tackle, still going. That's good running that by Gary Rose. Brings play up to about just short of that. Oh, 25-yard line. Oh, Tim Sharp there to Brendan Tota. Brendan Tota. That long ball out there now to Roger Simpson. Roger Simpson getting ball back inside there to Paul Newell. Paul Newell there. This is looking promising, but just look at them black and white shirts there, regrouping. Well, that will go play that by Roger Simpson and Paul Newell and Brendan Tota backing the man up with the ball. So it's Derek Fox with the ball there. Derek Fox getting that ball there from Brendan Tota, and the ball's knocked forward. That's a knock on. But that looked enterprising stuff from Featherstone Rovers. It's still Featherstone Rovers 0, all 4. So it'll be a scrum down halfway between the Featherstone Rovers, the whole try line, the whole 25-yard line. It'll be Patrick Entax to feed the ball. The ball's in. Penalty kick to. Oh! Saying that the front row got down too quick. Well, there I say it. What a comic referee we've got here this afternoon. I think people's paid to come and see him on the field performing, and we've come to see two sides play rugby league football. Well, this is the rules of the game now. Fred Lindop in charge here at Rugby League headquarters. Well, Carl Allison there trying to drive it in. Being tackled there by his opposite number there, Jeff Grayson. Now it's Andy Dannett's turn. He's tackled just about on the halfway line. Ian Smales here and Brendan Tota making sure of the tackle. And that's a bad mistake there by Ian Marlowe, the old number 11. Giving Featherstone Rovers possession after that second tackle. So Trevor Clark now there to Derek Fox, back to Jeff Grayson there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox there trying to do the run around. But no way through. Jeff Grayson with the ball now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose there trying to find space down that middle. Trying to get up to play the ball there. So it's Brendan Tota there going from acting half-back. Brendan Tota nearly through the gap there. That's good running that by Brendan Tota. Now Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox, that little kick through, it's all on. Oh, and that was very lucky indeed. It touched Carl Allison there on the foot. And Patrick Entax there was back there to pick that ball up, but that ball could have bounced anywhere. But as it was, it hit Carl Allison on the foot that time and just bounced in Patrick Entax's hands there. So all in possession now, trying to find the way to this halfway line. So it's Brian Blacker with the ball now there to Johnny Sharp. Johnny Sharp there to Paul Eastwood. Paul Eastwood. But that's good play by Roger Simpson. By Owen Simpson there tackling Paul Eastwood. So it's Terry Manning there trying to come down the middle. But Paul Eastwood was well in his stride that time, but Owen Simpson had the pace there to to tackle him, so it's Jeff Grayson with the ball now. They're trying to bring it up to this halfway line, but tackle about 10 yards short. It's still Featherstone Rovers 0-4. Owen Patty Kent that 1 miles offside that time. They said okay, so it's Andy Fisher now, laying deep. And Andy Fisher being tackled here by Brian Blacker below and Johnny Sharp on top. So Derek Fox there kicking that ball towards this touchline side. And Richard Gay up for that ball. It's all on now. Richard Gay there running it in, but Owen Simpson there wrapping him up. So Paulie's one, and referee catching Andy Fisher offside. Once again, referee there penalising Rovers offside, so Paul Eastwood. Brings play in between the Featherstone Rovers 25-yard line and the halfway line, so it's Brian Blacker with the ball, running it in. So Lee Jackson now from acting half-back now to Patty Kent out there to Greg McCann. Greg McCann getting that long ball out there. To Wayne Marlowe. Wayne Marlowe gets up, plays the ball. Jackson with the ball now there to Johnny Sharp. Johnny Sharp there. Anybody runners for him? No, there's nobody there. Patty Kent out there, but he's on his wrong side. So it's Mackay with the ball now there to Richard Gay. Richard Gay there trying to dance through the middle. Gets out of one tackle. Just tiptoed down. Trevor Clark that time, but Featherstone Rovers must stick to the task. So it's Andy Dennett with the ball now. Trying to drive it towards them posts. That's good running by Andy Dennett. It's still Featherstone Rovers 0-4. Touch judge there, intervening there to play. Handed the net there, going in with his head. Gary Rose retaliating, so referee they're sending both men to the sin bin for 10 minutes. So a man, both sides a man short. So Crispy getting that ball there. Now it's Brendan Tote with the ball there. Pushing one out of the way. This is good strong running by Brendan Tote. Tackle about 10 yards short of that halfway line. Plays the ball there to Owen Simpson there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox there to Andy Fisher. But Andy Fisher there being wrapped up there by Ian Marlowe. Straight round the bootlaces. Now it's Trevor Clark with the ball now there to Derek Fox there to Ikram Butt there. Being crowded round. So Trevor Clark with the ball, but all really playing on top of Featherstone Rovers here this afternoon. And just looking at that line out there, there definitely wasn't offside. Oh, that played the ball. That ball up there for Terry Manning. Terry Manning there trying to get out of tackles there. Getting that ball up there, it's all on. He can go with the ball now. This is good play. This to Brendan Tote there to Porno. Porno getting outside. Porno going there to the stick. Porno still going. That's good play by Paul Newland. Tackle 5 yards short. It took a four-man tackle there to tackle Paul Newland. Getting that ball up there. But just look at this whole defence crowding round. And Brad Webb there getting possession there for all. But the whole defence there quick to gather round. Now it's all now. Richard Gay on the long run. And the old man there being dragged into touch. We're just getting back to that Paul Newland run that time. Beating 4 or 5 men there, going down that touchline side, cut inside. It's hard to Featherstone Rovers. Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox looking for runners outside him here to Chris Bibb. Chris Bibb there trying to jink his way through. But once again, this whole defence standing firm. And Jeff Grayson there, he's leading by example. That's the second tackle inside up, the old 25-yard line. Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox there now to Tim Sharp. Tim Sharp there to Andy Fisher. And referee says forward pass, and he says yes, it was. And number 14 there, Michael Dixon coming on. Petty attempt up there, trying to get round the base of the scrum there, but Ian Smells making the tackle. Number 13 there, Rob Nolan trying to take Chris Bibb on. Chris Bibb there making the perfect tackle there, straight round the boat laces. Now it's Johnny Sharp's turn to run. And Chris Bibb being injured in that tackle. But it's all, they're trying to come away from the acting half-back position now, just short, being tackled just short of that Rovers 25-yard line. Nice number 11 now, Ian Marlowe with the ball chained out. This is good running that by Ian Marlowe, but Derek Fox straight round the ball laces, brings the big fella down. Now we see the all powered, the second roll forward, and the referee stopping play. Absolutely brilliant tackle that by Derek Fox there. On Ian Marlowe, but Ian Marlowe there, I think he was injured in the tackle. Derek Fox there was a bit winded.
Attention please, Mr. Simon Toombs report to the public address box and the main stand immediately. Mr. Simon Toombs to the public address box immediately. Thank you.
So there we are, both players up. Oh, that's a bad mistake. Carl Harrison dropping that ball there on that Featherstone Rovers try line. Giving Featherstone possession there. No, look, miles offside that time of that play, the ball. Well, they're on starting blocks as this whole team. There's no way can Featherstone Rovers breathe with that ball down there. I know that. So it's Derek Fox to the ball now. Derek Fox trying to bring it out of his own 25-yard area, but ball back there to Ian Smells. Ian Smells is big boot downfield. And Paul Eastwood coming across for that awkward bouncing ball. It's all on now, giving it to Richard Gay. Richard Gay going around this touchline side. But it's all now Johnny Sharp. Johnny Sharp trying to run it in. So it's Marlowe with the ball now. Marlowe then drives towards that Featherstone Rovers try line. So it's Patrick Kent with the ball now there to Greg McKay. Trying to get that ball up there for Eastwood. But surely that, but referee says play on. Featherstone Rovers really struggling to get it out to their own 25-yard area when they get in these positions. And Patrick Kent, oh, it's unbelievable, he's been caught offside. Unbelievable.
Shaking his bloody head and all. Christ almighty.
I think what the Rugby League got, and look at Cat, look at him, they're all off. It's unbelievable how they're offside that time, and they're just taking notice of the touch. Judge flags or nothing. That Carl Harrison there would have got 5 yard offside of that play the ball, but referee says play on. So it's Ickenbutt now with the ball now there to Derek Fox there to Tim Sharp there, that's good play there now to Trevor Clark going for that try line, Trevor Clark there to Owen Simpson, just couldn't get the ball. Trevor Clark there showing a clean pair of heels, but that final pass there to Owen Simpson there just couldn't get the ball. And just looking down for the snow. Make a substitution.
Every time we get up there.
Well, once again, referee relieving that whole line. Seems every time that Featherstone Rovers Johnny Sharp with the ball. The ball's in its hat to Featherstone. Derek Fox with the ball now there to Tim Sharp. Tim Sharp back inside there to Terry Manning. Terry Manning there to getting that ball up there now to Andy Fisher. Andy Fisher trying to fight his way up to that old 25-yard line. So it's Tim Sharp with the ball now there to Terry Manning. Terry Manning trying to get that ball up there for Brendan Tota, but Brendan Tota now decides to stick to the ball there, Terry Manning. So Brendan Tota there going from acting half-back, getting that ball up there to Trevor Clark. Trevor Clark, he's going out post. That's good tackling that by Richard Gay. Oh, and that looks shocking, did that? The second man there in at the tackle. So Derek Fox with the ball now there to Brendan Tota. So there getting that ball out of that tight situation on the first tackle. Oh, and he's lost the ball in the tackle. That's a knock on. So the scrum will be formed. And Gary Rose there and Andy Dennett coming back onto the field. Both number 10s here for Hull. Both wanted to get in this fray of the match. Then been sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes. Cornwall there having to leave the field and Martin Pearson having to come on the field for Featherstone Rovers. So the ball's out there to Derek Fox there to Tim Sharp there to Derek Fox there to Ikram Butt. Look at Ikram Butt being wrapped up there just about on that old 25-yard line. It's still Featherstone Rovers 0-4. Oh, Gary Rose there straight into the thick of things at the first play of the ball there, driving that ball in. So it's Tota there to Derek Fox there to Ikram Butt, and Ikram Butt there, that ball just rolling into touch. The ball's in its heart to Hull on their own 25-yard line. Well, it's number 5 there, Neil Turner, trying to reach this halfway line, getting up to play the ball. And that time Featherstone Rovers look miles offside, but the referee says play on. So it's number 4 there, Brad Webb, reaching that halfway line. Patrick Kentack with the ball now, trying to use his touchline side. Marvellous kick that by Patrick Kentack. Finding touch way inside this Featherstone Rovers 25-yard area.
It's them that's pushing.
So Derek Fox there trying to put the ball in the pack, but the Hull front row would not get up. Trying to wheel the pack before the ball had got in. Once again there, Andy Dennett looked a bit shade offside that time. Gary Rose there being tackled in the middle of the field, about 10 yards short of that halfway line. Now it's Chris Pibb with the ball. Chris Pibb there trying to go through. Chris Pibb there, that's a good ball there to Jeff Grayson. Jeff Grayson there, Martin Pearson knocking that ball on. So Packazent out there, getting that ball there, going without his boot on, but Andy Fisher there making the tackle on the French scrum half. Now it's number 2 now, Paul Eastwood running it in, covering his head up there. Tackle 5 yards inside this Featherstone Rovers half of the field. That's number 10 there now, Andy Dinette, trying to run it in. 3-2 must be wrapped up. Now it's Brian Blacker there trying to go for a Mactin halfback. It's still Featherstone Rovers 0-4. Now it's Johnny Sharp with the ball now. Johnny Sharp there running towards that left-hand side of the field. Trying to get that all up there for Ian Marlowe, but Ian Marlowe halfway through the gap. Brendan Tota there making the tackle. Brad Mackay there inside there, and Brendan Tota there making the tackle once again. That's good tackling that by Brendan Tota. That's the 6th tackle, and not allowing Brendan Tota there to get that ball. So penalty kick to Featherstone Rovers on the 6th tackle. That should have been the changeover. So Derek Fox there takes that kick towards that touchline side. So it's Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox there now there to Jeff Grayson. Jeff Grayson running it in, getting that ball up there for Derek Fox there to Chris Bibb. Chris Bibb once again trying to go through the gap. And Chris Bibb once again being held down in the tackle, and referee says no. So it's Hicklenbuck's turn to run it in, but Carl Harrison, aware of that ploy, wraps him up and just getting ready to blow for the half-time out there. It's still Featherstone Rovers 0-4. So Derek Fox with the ball now there. Derek Fox back inside there for Ian Smales. And there goes the half-time out there at Post Office Road. After a thrilling match where it's gone from one end of the field to the other. But to me, the man of the match in that first half must be the referee there from Wigan, Mr. Ollerton, because I think he thinks that people's paid the fees here at the gate to watch him on the field instead of the players. Well, the half-time score is Featherstone Rovers 0-4. Welcome back to Post Office Road for this second half of this Stonebridge Championship game between Featherstone Rovers and Hull. The half-time score being Featherstone Rovers 0, Hull 4. That quick try by Richard Gain, the very first 5 or 10 minutes of this match here at Featherstone. But the game, in my view, being marred by the referee blowing and stopping his whistle. So it'll be Hull to restart this game, the second half, but like I was saying in the first half, Hull really playing on top, playing the offside game, spoiling tactics. Took to Featherstone Rovers to so Martin Pearson there having to regather that ball, having to come on midway through the first half. Paul Newell an hamstring injury. And that's one ploy that Hull do use. There's all these Australian tactics. One thing the Rugby League could have done with doing. Australia bringing all the Rugby League coaches over here to coach our top team. They ought to, the Rugby League ought to be seriously thinking about bringing the Australian referees over with them. And then I don't think we'd have any of these tactics in the game. And once again, Hull looked offside there at that play the ball. Andy Fisher there couldn't get into his stride. So Gary Rose with the ball now there to Tim Sharp there to Chris Bibb, linking up from fullback. He's tried to link up all afternoon, but no way through this whole defence. Moving up very, very quickly indeed, as yet again Trevor Clark with the ball there to Derek Fox. But Derek Fox there being crowded round. Good tackling by Marlowe. Now it's Tim Sharp with the ball now there to Terry Manning. Terry Manning finds a gap. Terry Manning back inside there to Chris Bibb. Chris Bibb there being tackled by number 14, Michael Dixon. Now it's Derek Fox with the ball. Derek Fox, that little chip through. The referee saying that Trevor Clark was offside. Now it's all on. But to me, how can it be all on with the old man who picked the ball up, didn't run 10 yards with the ball? It couldn't have been all on there if Terry Manning had been offside that time. But the referee says play on. So it's Hull's turn now to bring it out their own 25. It's up to Featherstone Rovers to keep him pinned down there. Carl Dixon with the ball there. Carl Harrison, I should say, but Jeff Grayson there getting across to tackle his opposite number. And Tim Sharp there just helping out. So it's Dixon with the ball now there to Andy Dannett. That's good driving in that by Andy Dannett. So it's Entat with the ball now. Entat looking for this touch. That's good play by the Rovers number 1. That's more like his old form of last season. Now it's Terry Manning. Terry Manning, the Rovers player in form of the year, Terry Manning. And once again, Hull laying on the tackle, this time Brad Webb that time. So it's Tim Sharp there now to Ian Smales, but Ian Smales there stopped before he got in his tracks there by John Sharp. So it's Tim Sharp with the ball now there to Jeff Grayson. Jeff Grayson stopped about 10 yards short of that halfway line. So Derek Fox there pumping that ball deep down into that old 25, but Richard Gay coming across taking that ball first bounce. But Martin Pearson there making the tackle. And Ikram Butt helping out. Now it's Paul Eastwood trying to make strides towards the halfway line. Oh, and that's good play by Ulla, but that's a knock on. Paul Eastwood there knocking that ball on. That was a good slick pair of hands there, all using that blind hand side. And Paul Eastwood knocking that ball on, got a clear run there up that right touchline side. So it's Derek Fox for the ball now. Derek Fox, that long ball out there now to Ikram Butt. Ikram Butt getting that ball up there for Chris Bibb. Chris Bibb here, run to it. Chris Bibb getting out of on tackle to Terry Manning. Terry Manning there. Oh, referee's pulled him up for a forward pass. Well, I'd like to see that on the TV cameras. But once again, the referee's in charge. So it's all now in possession, just about on the halfway line. Andy Dannett there fighting to get up to play the ball. Martellitz with the ball now there to Carl Harrison. Carl Harrison back inside there.
Oh, get on with man. How could that be a funny? How could that be a funny pass then?
Well, the ball's inside Featherstone over there to Tim Sharp. Tim Sharp now to Chris Bibb. Chris Bibb once again trying to get through the middle. So it's Ikram Butt with the ball now. Ikram Butt there trying to fight his way down the middle. But too many black and white. Well, that would all for everybody to see there. Rob Nolan coming over the top there with his forearm smash there on Ikram Butt's face. Penalty kick to Featherstone Rovers. And Derek Fox really punishing that penalty there, putting that ball there right in the corner there. And just look at this Featherstone Rovers raw. So Derek Fox there to Jeff Grayson. Jeff Grayson there to Trevor Clark there to Terry Manning. Terry Manning there tackled 10 yards short of that goal try line. So it's Gary Rose driving it in. Gary Rose, determination there to get all that try line. Oh no, once again playing the spoiling tricks. Brendan Toter there going without the ball. So all possession. And that's good tackling that by Featherstone Rovers. Andy Fisher there really pushing Patrick Entat back over that try line. And once again with time wasting here at Post Office Road. All slowing the tactics down. So Paul Eastwood, big drop out over the halfway line. Who's taking this ball? Martin Pearson picks it up over the halfway line, trying to run it in. Gets up, plays the ball. Derek Fox with the ball now. Derek Fox there. Featherstone Rovers 0, Hull 4. And this is going to be the survival of the fittest here this afternoon. One team or the others got to tire in this last quarter of the game. So Tim Sharp with the ball here, getting that ball out there, trying to spin it out. But that ball going to ground, and once again, Hull possession. Bad mistake by Rovers that time. Tim Sharp wanting to unleash the pass there to put the man through the gap, but too many players there in the way. So it's Ian Marlowe with the ball now, trying to reach the halfway line. So all possession now, trying to hit the blind hand side there. That's good play that by Johnny Sharp inside there, trying to get this whole team on a roller. And the referee won't be charged. That was a charge down, but he has wiped the tackles off. He's wiped the tackles off the referee, so we're back to one. But to me, that was a charge down. But Carl Allison there, trying to fight his way through that Featherstone Rovers defence. Andy Fisher there, and Patrick Entat now, but Andy Fisher there wrapping him up. So it's Dixon with the ball now. Dixon there going from acting half-back. Dixon still going. All being tackled there just about on that Rovers 25-yard line. Patrick Entat with the ball now there to Greg McCarr. Greg McCarr there to Patrick Entat. Back inside there to Johnny Sharp. Greg McCarr with the ball now. Oh, that like a mile forward that time. Referee spotting that, and that's the changeover. So Jeff Drake with the ball now there to Gary Rose. Gary Rose, that long ball out there. So it's Ian Smails. Ian Smails coming down the middle. Ian Smails on the run now to Ikram Butt. Ikram Butt out of that. Ikram Butt still going there to Martin Pearson. Martin Pearson fly back cornerback. Martin Pearson in the corner for a try. Get in, Martin. And may I say, that's no more than Featherstone Rovers deserve through this match. But can I just bring it back to it? That ball was took. Jeff Grayson there. The old head on him, tell the player, tap that ball quick, and it was him who got that ball out wide there. To Ian Smails there to Ikram Butt, and Ikram Butt there. A peach of a pass there to Martin Pearson, who got the ball on the halfway line and showed a clean play of heels to everyone on the old team. Featherstone Rovers 4, Hull 4. Now then, Martin, you did it at Leeds. Can you do it here at Post Office Road in front of your own supporters? Oh, he has done! Unbelievable goal kicking by Martin Pearson. Well, you're on about old heads on young shoulders, but that was absolutely pressure kicking at its best. Unbelievable. That's really put the cat among the pigeons. Ikram Butt there, safety first, tapped it with his foot, tapped it with his ankle. Pushes one man off, Ikram Butt there, trying to push the black and whites out of the way. Featherstone Rovers 6, Hull 4. Well, have you ever seen a goal kick like that? As cool as a cucumber, just run 50 yards to score the try. And Derek Fox says, can he kick that ball, Martin, between them posts? Says, I'll have a goal. How's that for an 18-year-old? Now Richard Gay did taking that ball first bounce. He's running it in. What a game we've got now on hands here at Post Office Road. Now the fans have come to see both sides playing football now. They haven't come to watch the referee. Let's hope the referee keeps this game flowing. Pentap with the ball now there to Greg Mackay. Greg Mackay there trying to push defenders out of the way. Anybody's game now. Richard, Johnny Sharp with the ball. Oh, and that was an high tackle on Patrick Entack. Penalty kick to Hull. Ian Smells there being penalised for that high tackle. So a chance here for Hull to equalise. So Richard Gay here making a sandcastle in the middle of the field.
Bloody get on with it, man. Right.
So we have Paul Eastwood, straight in front of the post, straight between the middle, Featherstone Rovers 6, Hull 6. Just been playing about an hour in this match, all to play for now. Derek Fox there getting this game restarted. Ooh, and that was a brave stint there. Number 14, the Michael Dixon there. Underneath Brendan Toter's legs that time, and that's good running that by Brad Webb. Number 4 there for Hull. Here we go, referee now trying to penalise the scrums now. So Derek Fox with his penalty kick for Featherstone Rovers. Trevor Clark now, Featherstone Rovers 6 tackles to get over that old try line. Gary Rose with the ball there, Derek Fox just juggling with the ball there for that split second. Well, that split second in this game now is points. Oh, Derek Fox there, Darter. Referee there spotting a forward pass. Referee right on the spot. Well, that decision corrects the referee right in line with that. But a good passing moment that time. Ian Smells really through the gap that time. So getting that ball from the scrum. Richard Gay there being tackled just about on his own 25 yards. Up to Featherstone over to keep him pinned down here. It's up to Hull to reach this 25-yard line. And here Mallow with the ball there. He's creating problem in this Featherstone Rovers defence, both in the first half and the second half. Normally a prop forward, he's creating problem. Now it's Carlisle for the ball now. There's to Patrick Entack, back inside. Johnny Sharp now there to Patrick Entack there to Greg Mackay. Greg Mackay there trying to go through the middle. It's up to Featherstone to keep up to these. All forwards, stop the ball flowing. Michael Dixon with the ball now there to Carl Allison. Carl Allison there trying to burst through the middle. Getting out of one tackle, out of two tackles, still going. That's good strong running by the big old number 8. Now it's Greg Mackay. And the referee counting them tackles up, but to me that was a charge down. So Johnny Sharp with the ball now. Johnny Sharp there trying to run it in. So that was back to 1 again. But to me a charge down. They shouldn't rub the tackles off, but the referee says he's rubbed them off. Oh, Carl Allison again with that big charge through the middle. So here we are, Paul Eastwood lining this goal kick-up. Carl Allison there tapping the ball to himself. Referee said he didn't have a marker. Brendan Toter there getting back to tackle him. Referee catching Brendan Toter offside. So here we are, Paul Eastwood to put all in front. And he's missed the point. He's missed the point. He's missed the point. Well, that was really a golden opportunity there to put all 2 points in front on the way to victory here at Post Office Road. As it is, Martin Pearson dropping that ball out. So number 2 there, Paul Eastwood taking that ball on his own 25-yard line, running it in up to the halfway line. So all in possession once again. So it's Ian Marlowe with the ball. Just noticing now that Marlowe, Dannett and Harrison are starting to run with this ball through that middle of the field. It's up to Rovers defence to stand firm. Patrick Kentat with the ball now. Patrick Kentat up with the ball there to Andy Dannett. And just look at the strength of these all forwards now. Paving the way down the middle. Quick play of the ball now to Michael Dixon with the ball. Michael Dixon there. So near yet so far. Oh, really putting pressure on this Featherstone Rovers try line. Ikram Butt there trying to bring the ball out of off his own try line. It's up to all to keep Rovers pinned there. It's up to Featherstone Rovers to find the gaps down the middle of the field. And just looking in the middle of the field here. Featherstone Rovers got a bad injury in the middle of the field. Looks like Peter Fox having to make another substitution. Clarietta coming onto the field. Now it's Ian Smills with the ball. That's a big kick by Ian Smills, but Richard Gay underneath this ball, taking it cleanly. Oh, Richard Gay there to number 5 there, Turner. Used to play for Neil Turner for Doncaster. So Brian Smith snapped him up last season for £50,000. So once again, Vic Carl Allison there trying to burst through the middle. Oh, and that's a good tackle, is that? And referee saying the ball went forward. And that was a let-off up here in the gantry. The airspace fella has lost his videotape. Terry Manning halfway through the gap there to Derek Fox. Fox backing up that by Derek Fox. But Terry Manning there. Clarietta with the ball now. Clarietta now there to Brendan Toter. Brendan Toter trying to go back inside. Still going Brendan Toter. Still looking for gaps. To Ikram Butt. Ikram Butt having to go back inside. Getting that ball back inside there. That's good play, that. Terry Manning, Derek Fox, Brendan Toter, Ikram Butt. Oh, Brendan Toter there. Fighting to get over that try line. Getting that ball out there to Jeff Grayson. Jeff Grayson now. Oh, and that's good tackling, that. So it's Clarietta with the ball now. Clarietta back inside there. It's still all on. Was that the 6th and last tackle? So that's a changeover. So it's all possession now. And Featherstone Rovers in all that. Clarietta having to come up to the field here for Trevor Clark having to go for the bad ankle injury. So it's Andy Dannett with the ball now, trying to run it in. And Tim Sharp there making the tackle. And the big question is, people's got to ask which team's going to tie first, because these teams have thrown everything into this game this afternoon. And Crispin throwing out, Crispin there, halfway up to the halfway line. So near yet and so far, making that
Vital bit down the middle now. It's Ikram Butt. And once again, Dave Sharp, the Featherstone Rovers physio on the field again. Another Featherstone Rovers player injured. Now it's Andy Fisher trying to fight his way through this whole defence. It's still Featherstone Rovers 6, all 6. Gary Rose, he never stops running forward with the ball. He doesn't know any other way, but Greg Mackay that time making the tackle. So it's Brendan Toulton out to Clary Easton, it's all Simpson. Oh, it's Simpson going for that corner flag. What a magic tackle that was. Greg Mackay there just come across there and took Owen Simpson out as sweet as a nut. Marvellous pair of hands all that. Clary Easton involved with that play. And Patrick Kensat there getting that ball up there. But that's good tackling that by Derek Fox on number 5 there. Neil Turner stopping play. It's up to Rovers to keep the all forwards pinned down in their own 25-yard area. Well, all top of the league. Featherstone Rovers line 3rd, 4th from bottom. This is how this division is this season. And to me, there's no difference in these teams this afternoon. You couldn't tell who were the top team and you couldn't tell who were the bottom team. So Johnny Sharp there pumping that ball down the middle of the field. Chris Pibb coming to pick that ball up. And once again, Chris Pibb there trying to get out to tacklers, but all quick. That's one thing about this whole team. They will follow their own kick up. And all this time, caught offside. And as quick as a flash there, Martin Pearson says, I'm going for goal. From the halfway line. Well, just getting back to that, what I was just going to tell you about in the Martin Pearson. I won't have time for this because I forgot to follow this kick. Martin Pearson lines the ball up just about on the halfway line. You can see where the ball is, you can see where Martin is, see where the post is, he strikes it. He's got the direction, but it's just to the side of the post that time. It's still Featherstone Rovers 6. Hole 6. And all making another substitution. You just can't see who's coming off the field, but number 15 there, Russ Walker coming on and Neil Turner going off. And Chris Pibb there just seemed to be taking his time with that kick. He could have caught that ball, I should imagine, but that's how old Chris Pibb's confidence must be with taking these kicks through. So Ian Smails there trying to come down the middle. That's good running that by Ian Smails, trying to get up to play the ball. Now it's Brendan Toulter's turn. Brendan Toulter getting that ball back inside there for Gary Rose. That's good running by Brendan Toulter and Gary Rose. Penalty kick to Featherstone Rovers, but once again, the referee did not see that penalty kick. He just looked towards his touch judge and he didn't see what happened to me. The Featherstone Rovers player lost it in the tackle as the old player did in the first half. But once again, the referee gives the penalty. Give all one in the first half, you give Featherstone one in the second half. But all these little crucial decisions through the match at certain times of the match can make the difference where the team stops in the first division, wins the championship and so on. So here we are, Martin Pearson, another go at goal. He's got it this time. Oh, straight between the middle. Well, he lined the first one up to the side of the post. Well, this time he kicked it straight between the middle. Don't tell Martin Pearson he's got nerves. I think I have more nerves than Martin Pearson. Featherstone Rovers 8. Hole 6. So Hull restarting the game. Ikram Butt trapping that ball with his foot. Safety first, yet again.
Featherstone Rovers doesn't want to be playing this game in their own 25-yard area. It's Clarity with the ball now. Clarity getting out to one tackle. Trying to bring play up to his own 25-yard line. Now it's Jeff Grayson with the ball. Trying to get up to play the ball. Brendan Tote with the ball now. There to Gary Rose. Well, also supposed to have a big pack of forwards, but I'm sure that Featherstone Rovers forwards this afternoon have matched them. But that's beautifully took that by Richard Gay. Did it from that Derek Fox kick downfield. Now it's up to Featherstone Rovers to tackle, as they've never tackled all the match, and they have tackled some during the match. Russ Walker there. Oh, Captain Cumbria, again the Australians, a fortnight ago, Russ Walker. On the field for Neil Turner, but it's all in possession, 10 yards from the halfway line. Ian Marlowe with the ball now, trying to come down the middle. And one's got to ask the question, has Featherstone Rovers took the stink? Oh, and that looked a forward pass. But referee says play on his played advantage. So Tim Sharp with the ball now, Tim Sharp there getting that ball. So there we are, that's taking the advantage away from Featherstone Rovers there. Clarity being caught with that high tackle there on Carl Harrison. So instead of Featherstone Rovers having the ball on the halfway line, it's all with the ball in the Featherstone Rovers 25-yard area. Dixon with the ball now there to Patrick Entat there to Greg Mackay there to Russ Walker. Can this Featherstone Rovers defence stand firm? Gets up, plays the ball. Johnny Sharp with the ball now. 15 yards short of that Featherstone Rovers try line. Greg Mackay with the ball now there to Richard Gay. Richard Gay there looking round for runners there to Greg Mackay. Greg Mackay there getting out to one tackle. Trying to bob that ball up there for Ian Marlowe. Ian Marlowe getting that ball back there. This Featherstone Rovers defence standing firm. Greg Mackay with the ball now there to Patrick Entat. Back inside there to Russ Walker. Can this Featherstone Rovers defence stand firm? Really tensions here at Post Office Road. That's marvellous tackling that by Featherstone Rovers. Now then Featherstone, have we got one last push now to drive this ball down this field. Chris Bibb out to tackle. Chris Bibb back inside there to Ikram, but this is better play from Featherstone Rovers. This is what Featherstone Rovers fans expect of the players to play alike. So it's Terry Manning now. Terry Manning there being driven from one side of the field to the other. So it's Clarity with the ball now. Clarity there pushing one man off. That's good running back there by Clarity. Just about reaching that halfway line. So Brendan Tote with the ball now. Brendan Tote running it in. Taking 2 or 3 men with him. Passing the ball to himself. That's good play that by Brendan Tote. Didn't have a marker. Played the ball rightly so. So the ball back there to Derek Fox. Derek Fox, that big up and under. This is what we haven't seen all the match. And Richard Gay there taking that as clean as a whistle. That's good full-back play by Richard Gay. The crowd really applauding that there by Richard Gay, taking that iron up and under from Derek Fox. And just look at them Rovers tacklers there. That's good tackling that by Featherstone Rovers. Featherstone Rovers 8 all 6. That's good tackling by Featherstone Rovers, keeping open down the own 25-yard line. And just listen to the roar from this crowd. Oh, and that looked like a forward pass, but the referee says play on. Oh, yeah, that's a knock on. He must come back for a knock on. It's a knock on, that's a changeover. But to me, the pass was forward anyway, but the referee says play on. So Brendan Tota running it in. He knows only one way, does Brendan, and that's running forward. So Tim Sharp with the ball there, back to Derek Fox. Well, Derek Fox watched all the way that time by number 8 there, Carl Harrison. So Brendan Tota acting half back there to Tim Sharp there, Tim Sharp there to Chris Bibb there, but Chris Bibb there knocking that ball on. From there, it's out to Greg Mackay. Oh, and that's a bad mistake. And who's going to get this ball? Featherstone Rovers get it. Ikram Butt there, tried to go down the middle, getting that ball at one-handed there. And Clarieti, God knows how he took that ball, only him knows. Gets up, plays the ball. Gary Rose there to Brendan Tota, wasn't expecting that. That ball went like a missile. And Brendan Tota gets up to play this ball. Derek Fox changing direction now there to Clarieti. Clarieti there, trying to get that ball out there to Owen Simpson, but Owen Simpson there just couldn't get the ball. So all possession vital now in these last few minutes of this game. But the late kicking off in this match, so there's a good 2 or 3 minutes left for play yet in this match. It's still Featherstone Rovers 8, Hull 6, and Hull stay striding to come out of their own half of the field. It's up to Featherstone Rovers to keep tackling like demons like they have done all match. And this is Carl Allison, a big search from the big number 8, getting that ball up. That's good play by Carl Allison to Lee Jackson. So it's Entap with the ball now, back inside there to... That's the beautiful tackling that by Featherstone Rovers. One just got to answer the question, if they'd have tackled like this all the season, they wouldn't have been 4th from the bottom. Another penalty kick, are we going to see another Martin Pearson special? I'm sure that Martin Pearson's going to have a go at goal once again. From this position. Now Derek Fox deciding to take the kick for touch. Keep pressure on the Hull defence. And just look who's running up for that ball. Brendan Tota to Jeff Grayson. I don't know about the Hull forwards tiring. The Featherstone forwards are certainly not. And that was a big question mark what Peter... Oh, Brendan Tota on the gap! Brendan Tota hands one off! Marvellous little run that by Brendan Tota. I've said all along this match, he only knows one way to go, Brendan Tota, and that's forward. He went forward that time, so Derek Fox with the ball there. Derek Fox there, out to one tackle, out to 2 tackles, bobbing that ball up there for Terry Manning. That tackle looked a bit hard, but Terry Manning there to Martin Pearson. Martin Pearson coming inside there to Ikram Butt. Ikram Butt scores a try. Oh, that must be the match winner. Ikram Butt in the corner. Who set it up? Brendan Tota, Derek Fox, Ikram Butt, Martin Pearson, and who took the final pass there off of Martin Pearson, Ikram Butt to put the ball over the whitewash. Featherstone Rovers 12, Hull 6. So there we are. Man of the match for Featherstone Rovers this afternoon, Brendan Tota. And rightly so, he's had a fine game, but Martin Pearson here from the touchline, can he put up well? Oh, unbelievable kicking once again by Martin Pearson. And Gary Rose just putting his hand up saying there's only one number 1. And rightly so this afternoon, Featherstone Rovers. Featherstone Rovers 14, hole 6. Tim Sharp there, he'll try to run it in up to the halfway line. Minutes here ticking away here at Post Office Road. So plays the ball, Clarieta running it in. Clarieta tackle 5 yard inside this whole half of the field. Penalty kick to Featherstone. Fox just saying to Martin, can he kick this? And Martin Pearson just pulling his socks up. I think Martin Pearson's done enough in this game already. And once again, he knows only one way. Brendan Toulter there, driving this ball in. Play the ball, Brendan. Brendan there just getting a bit over enthusiastic there. Little fracas there with the Hull player. Penalty kick to Hull. Well, that's silly at this juncture of the game. Featherstone Rovers look to have this game won now, leading by 14 points to 6. So that should just, this win this afternoon, keep Featherstone out of that bottom 3. Plays the ball back, Lee Jackson with the ball now there to number 14, Michael Dixon. Another penalty kick to Hull. Jeff Creation down on the field trying to tell his players to keep calm. Play to the rules, he's saying. We've got this game won. 8 points in front. We don't tell any more points, and here we are. And look at them jubilant players on that Featherstone Rovers team there. Absolutely magic scenes here at Post Office Road. Featherstone Rovers losing by 4 points at half time. That Richard Gay trying the first few minutes of the game. For the second half, a good try there to Martin Pearson. Goal from the touchline by Martin Pearson. Then another goal by Martin Pearson there, just inside the halfway line to put Featherstone Rovers 6-4 in front. Then to equalise there, Paul Eastwood, a penalty kick to make the score 6-6 then. Just in front of halfway line there, Martin Pearson kicked a marvellous goal there to bring Featherstone Rovers 8 points to 6. Then you saw that final try there at the end of the match with Brendan Toulter, Ikram Butt, Martin Pearson, Derek Fox all involved in the build-up, and Ikram Butt crossed in the corner. And to round things up, a fantastic, once again, touchline kick there by Martin Pearson. The Featherstone Rovers man of the match this afternoon, Brendan Toulter. But to me, all 15 deserve the man of the match. Featherstone Rovers here at Post Office Road 14.
And leaders Hull lost for only the second time in the league when they were beaten 14-6 at Featherstone. No mistakes from Widnes though, as Jonathan Davis inspired them to a win at Oldham. Now here's Graham with all the details from the Stones Bidder Championship.
The championship matches. Let's start at Featherstone, who beat Hull 14-6. Tries for Martin Pearson and Ikram Butt for Featherstone. Richard Gay going over for Hull. Hull KR 12, Bradford 4. Northern's Neil Summers scored the try of the match early on. The Rovers came back with tries from Niebling and from Lyman. Oldham 18, Widnes 24. No ill effects from yesterday's third test against the Australians for Widnes star Jonathan Davis. 2 tries and 2 goals for him. Tries 2 for Wright, Afire and Devereux. But for Oldham, that's their 4th defeat in a row. St Helens 44, Rochdale 14, only 2 points in it at half-time, but in the second half, St Helens ran riot, adding another 7 tries, and that defeat leaves Rochdale at the bottom of the table. Warrington 30, Sheffield Eagles 8. Warrington's 6-match losing run comes to an end. 2 tries from Tony Thornley, 1 each from Bateman, McGinty, Mercer, and Warrington captain Mike Gregory. And the top of the table tonight looks like this. Hull still top, despite that surprise defeat at Featherstone. They're 2 points clear of Widnes, who go above Bradford into second place after that win against Oldham. Okay, on to the results in Division 2. Barrow 18, Halifax 46, Batley 14, Rydale York 26, Chorley 8, Carlisle 12, Fulham 14, Dewsbury 10, Huddersfield 17, Runcorn 14, Hunslet 22, Doncaster 10, Lee 12, Swinton 20, Nottingham 24, Bramley 21, Salford 40, Whitehaven 6, Workington 36, Trafford Borough 6. And that's how Division 2 looks tonight. Salford top with 22 points, followed by Swinton 2 points back, Halifax third and Rydal York fourth.
A shock result then for Championship leaders Hull, beaten only once previously this season, but going down to Featherstone Rovers, thanks to a winning try just 3 minutes from time.
Featherstone's not much more than a pit village, but the centre community is strong, and almost 5,000 turned up for the game, mainly it seemed to criticise Hull winger Paul Eastwood. His early miss following his under-par kicking performances for Great Britain. Relegation threatened Featherstone had lost their last 3 games, and league leaders Hull seemed to be taking the game on its natural course when, after 6 minutes, Carl Harrison broke his former side's defence and fed Richard Gay for the only try of the first half. Though Eastwood again missed the kick, Hull were dominating possession and Featherstone had to throw everything into defence. But the ferocity of their tackling led to both Hull's forward Andy Dannett and Rovers' Gary Rose earning 10 minutes in the sin bin. Featherstone now took the initiative. Paul Newlove with a pace to slice through Hull, but the final tackle forced his substitution through injury. In the second half, Hull went down to 12 men again. Ikram Butt's run earning a rather enthusiastic tackle from Rob Nolan, which led to him spending 10 minutes in the sin bin. And while Hull were a man short, Featherstone scored the outstanding try of the game. Ian Smales combining with Ikram Butt before feeding the substitute winger, teenager Martin Pearson. Pearson galloping 30 yards to the line, just his second try of the season. And the local boy completed a perfect afternoon with a touchline conversion. Rovers were in front 6-4. Paul Eastwood made it 6-6, but then missed another easy chance. Whilst Pearson's success for Featherstone made it 8-6. Rovers then able to clinch the game in the closing moments. Tim Sharp's pass and Ikram Butt's speed took him into the corner. The spirit of Featherstone had already brought a win against Leeds, but Pearson's second touchline conversion brought the biggest upset of the season. Featherstone 14, Hull 6. Peter Hutton in Featherstone for the Sports Channel.
Finland's...
Welcome to Post Office Road for the Stones Bitter Championship game on this Good Friday evening, 1991, between Featherstone Rovers and the star-studded Wigan team. Also, the Wigan team keep telling us. The Featherstone Rovers team just come out onto the field. Number 1, Chris Bibb. Number 2, Paul Newlove. 3 is Terry Manning. 4, Ikram Butt. 5, Owen Simpson. Halfbacks are 6, Ian Smales, and 7, Derek Fox. The forwards are 8, Jeff Grayson. 9, Trevor Clark. 10, Leo Casey. 11, Gary Rose. 12, Clary Eaty, and 13, Brendan Toole, to his substitutes Andy Fisher 14 and Chris Burton 15. The Wigan team got to come out onto the field, but the referee for tonight's match is Mr. David Asquith from York. The Wigan team just coming out onto the field. Number 1, Stevie Hampson. 2 is Joe Lydon. 3, Kevin Iro. 4, Dean Bell. 5, Frano Botica. 6, Sean Edwards. 7, Andy Gregory, and the forwards are 8, Ian Lucas. 9, Martin Dermott. 10, Kelvin Skerritt. 11, Dennis Betts. 12, Andy Platt. And 13, Ellery Hanley. And substitutes for Wigan are 14, David Myers. And 15, Andy Goodway. So both teams getting ready for this match tonight. This is going to be what I think is going to